All right, so look at the way the data points are clustered. If the y values tend to increase as the x values increase, there's a positive association between the data sets. If the y values tend to decrease as the x values increase, there's a negative association. So here we see that the y values tend to increase as the x values increase. That's a positive association. Here we see a cluster, a group of points that lie close together. There's a gap, an area on the graph that contains no data, and an outlier, a data point set off from the other data points. The scatter plot shows a positive association between hours of sleep and math test scores. The scores tend to increase as the hours of sleep increase. Avery is the middle school basketball statistician. She tracks the number of minutes a player plays and the number of fouls a player makes. Her data are shown in the scatter plot. Is there an association between the number of minutes played and the numbers of fouls made? Here we see basketball fouls, fouls made, and minutes played. The y values do not increase or decrease as the x values increase. The scatter plot shows no association between the number of minutes played and number of fouls made. Does the scatter plot show a linear or nonlinear association? The points in the scatter plot form a curve, so the scatter plot shows a nonlinear association between the data. Here's a positive association, here's a nonlinear, and here's a no association. The scatter plot at the right suggests a linear relationship between the attendance in thousands and the number of souvenirs purchased in thousands. Here's attendance, here's number of souvenirs purchased. What does the rate of change or slope represent? What does the y-intercept of the line represent? Here we see the slope and the y-intercept. So the rate of change or slope describes the number of souvenirs purchased in thousands for every 1,000 person increase in attendance. Here we're seeing that for every 1,000 increase, that's 2,000 in number of souvenirs purchased. What does the y-intercept of the line represent? The y-intercept represents the number of souvenirs sold when the attendance in thousands is 0. So according to this line of best fit, even when there are no people there, you sell 5,000 souvenirs. Now, this sometimes happens when you have a line of best fit because we're trying to line up that line as best we can with the data points. What equation represents the attendance in thousands x and the number of souvenirs purchased in thousands y? Here we see the slope of 2 and the y-intercept of 5. The two-way frequency table shows the results of a survey. People who respond to the question, do you spend more time watching movies during the winter or summer? Decide if the following statement is true or false. More men than women prefer watching movies during the winter. So look in the winter and total columns to compare the data. The statement is true because 36 of 76 men prefer watching movies during the winter, which is more than 30 of 74 women. All right, that's all the examples we have for today, guys. Thanks for watching.